Hello everybody, so today I'm going to be talking about NOLI and like how to counter them pretty much. It's pretty much how to win against NOLI, how to counter NOLI, what survivors counter NOLI, all that type of stuff. So, I'm going to try to extend this video to as long as 8 minutes, hopefully. But, yeah, so let's just like talk about his counters first. NOLI is very vulnerable to traps, which makes Tef a big counter of the meta, honestly. I think Tef got nerfed slightly, if I'm not wrong. Um, but yeah, I believe he did get a slight nerf to his traps. I don't know what it was exactly, but I know it was a nerf. That's all I know. That's about it. So, yeah, but yeah, still, no, Tef is still one of Noli's biggest nightmares, in my opinion. Yeah. But anyway, we gotta talk about Noli himself before we can talk about like why traps just are not his friend. You see, Noli is like a what I like to call a gaslighter. You see, no joke, I literally pranked my friend when he was doing the generator and it popped up, so I was doing teleport to him. But he's like, "What? No!" So he runs away. So I teleport to the generator closest to where his position is because, yeah. Another thing is Noli has fake generators. Now, honestly, guys, if I'm gonna be honest, the way to like counter this you know like these fake generators, always check the letter or like the letters how it's spelled, listen for any weird noises, and then if the colors of the numbers are inverted, so usually if they're inverted colors, that means it's a fake generator. So that's probably the most easiest one. I think the second hardest one, probably the spelling, due to the fact that you just want to get generators, you know. Another thing is that the hardest one is definitely the noise due to the fact you're kind of locked in, you know. So it's pretty hard, honestly. So now we gotta talk about go more in depth about TAF real quick. So Noli actually can be kind of busted because of his Void Star. You see, no joke, I literally clutched up Last Man Standing because of his Void Star. Or his Nova, you know. That ability is going to help you a lot, especially if you can aim with it. My god. Another thing is I highly recommend playing Noli in Control Lock because it is way easier to aim in Control Lock, in my opinion. It also, like, it's just way easier, you know. But, yeah, so, not even his Void Rush is probably his hardest ability, just because you can control it, but you have to aim it correctly. Another thing, if you watched John's video, he actually was able to chain Noli's Void Rush. As you can see, right now I'm playing Noli, you can see how good I am with him. I am, I think, level 32 with Noli. As you can see, it is pretty hard to hit. Not only that, he has a extremely long cooldown of a whole second, not a millisecond. A whole second. See what I'm using? I use my Void Star so I can get a free hit. Usually your Void Star pulls him in, so if you use it up close, then you're guaranteed 25 damage. See here, I kind of like wait till it gets close to a generator. Like, look at this. See that? That's what you should do. And then there's Tef. Tef is extremely strong. It's Noli. By the way, another thing is that if players are looping, use your Void Star and hit the boulder or thing they're next to. Just because, you know. Watch me step into another void trap. I think that's what I did here. Yeah. So yeah, so Noli's a pretty big counter. Not Noli. Taff is a pretty good counter to Noli, but yeah. But anyway, that's not the point. So yeah, his Void Rush, I recommend trying to chain, and if you miss, go after another player nearby, and then, you know, the rest, right? Now we have to talk about his biggest nightmare, being Guest. Guest is always usually considered the worst Sentinel in the game, but honestly, dude, for how scary Taff is, Taff has low HP, so you can just use Void Star, Void Rush, and then probably like two basic attacks to just kill him. So he's not that big of a threat anymore, because again, he's pretty easy to kill. Again, same as usually all supports are easy to kill as Noli. Problem with Guess though is again, Noli relies, like if they parry, holy crap, you're cooked, and your Void Rush can be parried. So do keep that in mind, and you do get like, and there's also no time to dodge it as well. That's all I'm gonna say. So there's no time to dodge his punch if you are right there. You know? So I'd recommend, waiting for his block and then use Wood Rush. Another time I've actually pranked a bunch of Nolis. Not Nolis, guests with Wood Rush. Pretty funny, actually. I always used my Nova and then they blocked, so then I used Void Rush to take advantage of that. Nothing is you have to manage your stamina as Noli. If you don't, you're cooked. Okay, another thing is that Guest has insane amounts of health. So, yeah. So I wouldn't recommend, all that type of stuff. So, in my opinion, Noli's not weak. He's just easy to counter. His abilities do no damage, but again, they're, really easy to hit. Question mark? Again, you can chain his Void Rush. His Void Rush isn't meant to be used as cool kids walk speed override. I think that's what a lot of people are saying, oh, it's cool kids walk speed override, but worse. First of all, it's supposed to be used to hit someone and then hit them again. It's really simple if you think about it. But so yeah, I think Noli's a pretty fun monster, not monster killer, and I think a lot of people are just not understanding him. So yeah, but again, it's a new monster. No one knows how to counter him, so they're obviously gonna say he's either OP or weak. Again, that is up to you. That is up to you, and that is your opinion. But honestly, I think Noli's a solid A tier, just because of his of Guess being a very strong counter to him. He's definitely an A tier. He's still strong, and when in the right hands, is deadly, dude. My friend already knows how to be a deadly Noli. He wins almost every game. The reason I play Guest a lot, and I'm probably going to get into Milestone 4, is because of Noli. Noli is insanely easy to counter with Guest. So, with that, that's about it. So, I rank Noli in A tier, and now I think Guest and Taff are probably the best survivors in the game right now. So, yeah. With that, see you guys later. Peace.